There is a quite exclusive list of former intelligence or security officers who have written books. People like John le Carré, Ted Albury, Barry Eisler, Tom Marcus, for example, who combine a real background in the community with the ability to tell a really good story. And now they've been joined by David McCloskey, who worked for the CIA, and his book Damascus Station is his fictional account of the espionage game. Now, he worked for the CIA and contributed to the PDB, the President's Daily Brief, amongst other things, and also worked to the various CIA stations in the Middle East on the ground, particularly getting experience during the Arab Spring and with Syria and the whole uprising there. So the book has the main character is a case officer, Sam Joseph, and early on in the book an operation goes bad and a female case officer in Damascus and her contact, her source, are picked up by the Syrian domestic security people, and despite the fact that she's got diplomatic status, she has disappeared into the interrogation system and is killed. So the CIA, although this isn't attributed, the CIA realise what's happened, and they start compiling lists. Sam Joseph is sent to Paris to make contact with Mariam Haddad, who is ripe for recruitment. Her family member has been picked up and mistreated during a demonstration against the regime. So, and she's got pretty good access within the political establishment over there. So the book really describes tradecraft very, very well, particularly in the modern era. Tradecraft that was developed during the Cold War for what used to be called Moscow rules. Officers who were sent to Moscow, they were known as pipeliners, and they had a special course, internal operations course, and the tradecraft was very, very painstaking. Today, in the denied areas such as Syria, the people you're up against, the local security, have lots and lots of tools at their disposal. Moscow wasn't covered by CCTV, for example. Nowadays, most of the major cities are, and the electronic surveillance, airborne surveillance platforms, things like that, are very, very much a problem to a case officer. So the book describes very, very arduous surveillance detection routes, which can last 12 hours to make sure they are black or clean of any surveillance, and even then you may not be completely certain. And he does describe very, very well the uncertainty that maybe they have exposed certain surveillance assets to you to give you a false sense of security, where there is still a real heavy team on you. So that's one thing that the book does very, very well. It describes the attitude of the CIA, the minutiae, the fact that there's a hot dog machine in headquarters, things like this, some of the acronyms that are used, and some of the procedures, all very, very authentic. Also, the book does really give us a sense of the dog-eat-dog situation in Syria, where even within families they will turn on each other, and with absolutely no regard for anything except their own advancement. Also, the savagery and ruthlessness of the regime, using torture, using extortion, pressure, threats, etc. Also, their cooperation with the Russians in order to try to bring down the CIA operation is very well described. The book humanizes the CIA personnel to a very high degree, and besides being a top-notch spy story, it's also a love story, and I find it very, very enjoyable, and I look forward to his next book, which has been announced, which is called Moscow X. All in all, if you want to be up to date with your spy fiction, out of the Cold War, into the modern era, into the world of terrorism, regime change and insurrection, this is the book for you.